All right, peace and black power family. Welcome to another Sarnetta TV House of Consciousness production. You already know what it is. This is your brother Sarnetta. I am your host, and I'm bringing in another heavy hitter. You brothers and sisters better be ready. When we build this wall, this Kemetic wall, oh my God, ain't nothing stopping. We bringing in another young brother. He's a scholar. You one leave, 5 more come in. Reggie leave, 5 more come in. You know what I'm saying? Garfield leaves and turn his back on Kemet, 10 more come in. We already got Chris Harris. We bringing in another brother who is awesome, who is powerful. I would say I don't know, between him and Jabari, I would say they probably right here until I see the brother's work and ethic, and if he can handle the ring, getting in, or the battlefield, or whatever, anybody that come at him, if he can deal with that pressure, I think he can, because he's Kemet. And so without any further ado, I bring to you my brother, Shaka, in the building. What's up, Shaka? He runs the channel of Ma'at Forever. So if y'all are aware of that, make sure you go and subscribe to Ma'at Forever channel. Go over there and show some love for our brother. Peace and black power to you. Hotep. Shaka, what's happening, man? Unmute yourself.
Hotep Sen-E Sarnetta.
Yeah.
Thank you for the invitation. I just want to greet the people as I usually do. Hotep Senu, Hena Senut, Iti, Ren Ishaka and Kemet. I hope you're doing well. Bonjour, sak passe, mbote, all that good stuff.
Damn, don't y'all hear that? Don't that sound beautiful to your ears, man, right there? Just to hear him go in on that. I know he's dealing with knowledge, man.
Have you ever met Theophile Benga?
No, I've seen him. I've seen him, but I'm not acquainted with him.
Well, you seen him on YouTube?
But brother, you like to say I know him and him. In 30 years, you don't have a book, you don't have a website, you don't have a platform. You have to go on other people's platforms. So you can talk all you want that you were acquainted with.
Well,
whoever. It doesn't hold any bearing with your scholarship.
Listen, I think everybody knows my work. You're just being introduced. Okay?
What is your work? You've been carrying their suitcases. You went errand and bought them drinks and coffee and tea. Everybody can do that. That's why I nicknamed you Butler.
So Sarnetta, so you allow this person to talk about, I carry Sarnetta's bags and suitcases.
So you are Butler for Sarnetta as well. It's good to know. I didn't know that.
Yeah. So
and Sarnetta called you the B word. You did not object. You don't have any backbone.
You know.
Here's the picture that he showed on the screen. It's a deity El, the god El. Pay attention to the crown or the headdress, if you will. This is a picture from the front of the same statue.
No. What's going on? 1 2 1 2.
Let me check the sound. Sounds low on my end. Okay. It's my volume, that's why. All right. Put that here. Hotep Senuhena Senut Tiren Ishakan Lukukemet. I hope you're doing well. The title of this live stream is Free Talk and Question and Answers, Q&A. I saw the brother Jay Harry was there, so I figured, okay, I don't need to have that intro all the way. Oh, Black Jesus Minister has joined us. Welcome. Now, Jay Harry, we've seen his face before. Black Jesus Minister, if you don't mind, can you show your face, brother? Black Jesus Minister, any chance you can show us your face?
Can you hear me, sir? Can you hear me?
Yes, loud and clear, brother. Oh, we lost him. Okay. Now, I want to share something quickly. Hey, young hero is in place to be. How you doing, brother?
Yeah, what's up, Shaka? What's going on, man?
No, I'm chilling. Jay Hero, I've muted you because of the background noise. Let me just show something, just get something out of the way, if you don't mind, brother, please. Now, I've uploaded this here. I wanted to share the screen print, but it wouldn't work. They said it's not the right ratio. So this is Merriam-Webster definition of Moor. So you have one of the Arab and Berber conquerors of Spain, and two, you have Berber. And I've given the link so everybody can double check it. And I wrote, let that sink in. So we have this gentleman here, East Africa, who wrote, Webster is using the European interpretation of who Moors were. Moor has nothing to do with Arabs. When Spanish people paint blackface as a celebration of expelling the Nubian Moors and Saracens, they don't paint their faces white but black. Spain did not expel Arabs or Jews. In the Inquisition, they only expel black people. Plus, you have Nubian Saracens who built all European architecture. You read that right. All European architecture, which is called Saracen architecture, now called Gothic architecture. So I told the brother, that's inaccurate. There was no black rulers of Europe during medieval times. It was Muslims who ruled, and some of the soldiers were black. Please show me some black Moorish rulers. Give me their names and tell me what territory they ruled over. The brother replied, however, you need to study more. Your knowledge is too shallow and emotion. They didn't rule Europe. They simply coexisted and educated them. There were no educated Europeans until 1000 AD. There were no educated Europeans until 1000 AD. Architecture began in Africa, up the Nile to the school of Ma'atin Kemet. No European could practice architecture because they had no organized schools. So the architecture that we can see from Greece and Rome, I guess it was the aliens who built it. And finally, he wrote, give me the names of Europeans and the evidence of their existence. I mean, we went from me asking him to show me some Moorish rulers and give me their names and tell me the territory that they ruled over. That's destroying any Moorish person, Temple Moors or not, you see. And now is here, give me the names of Europeans and evidence for of the existence. And I'm wondering, wasn't it that guy was saying, well, Mukasa Africa Ma'at is not a PhD because he got a doctorate degree, but not a PhD? I'm just wondering. But anyway, he's on holiday. He's too tired, obviously. So, Black Jesus Minister is back.
Yeah, can you see me?
Yes. Are you the same BJM
Yeah, man, I'm Black
who is
Jesus
on
Minister,
Saneda?
bro. Yeah, brother, I'm the same guy.
Okay. Well, feel free to speak, brother.
That's it, man.
Okay, feel free to speak, brother.
All right. Yeah, may I ask a question, brother?
Of course, it's Q&A, so you're free to ask your questions. Even if
Thank
you
you very
disagree,
much.
you're free to make your statements.
Definitely, I want to make sure that you all know that I am not, as a Christian, I am not an enemy of Kemet, as I teach and continue to teach that Christianity is the child of Kemet. Even the Israelites are the children of Kemet. And I teach that, and I teach that God proclaimed Egypt to be his people in Isaiah 19, 24, and 25. The God of the Bible is not the enemy of Kemet, because the God of the Bible said again in Isaiah 19, 24, and 25, that Egypt, Kemet, is his people, and listed Israel in last place, in third place, in that same scripture, in verses. So my brother, since you are Kemetic, I would like to know, do you believe, as a Kemetic brother, in the afterlife?
Oh, well, I have beliefs, but I try to keep the beliefs to myself because I can approve those beliefs. But the people of Kemet did believe in the afterlife. Indeed, it is written. They had, the name like a duad for it, or some people may say I'm duad. But I try to keep my beliefs to myself because believing is not knowing. I can believe in something, but I cannot tell people, okay, that's what it is for sure. I don't think any of us knows what happens in the afterlife. Just to make the long story short.
So you confirm that they believe in the afterlife, but you're not sure if you believe in afterlife. You're unsure, correct?
Oh, I'm sure about what I believe in, but once again, believing is not knowing. So I could talk about my beliefs, but believing is not knowing. So how do I know that this is what's going to happen? But when it comes to the people of Kemet, in the text, indeed, they did talk about the afterlife. This is a belief that they had indeed.
And do you share that belief, or do you think that they're maybe loony, or they're just off the wall or stupid or something? What do you think?
No, I don't think they were loony, nor stupid. I think that worldwide, most people, if not everybody, have beliefs. Some people believe that if they cross a black cat, it's bad luck. People believe that if they don't touch wood and say knock on wood, then it may be bad luck. Some people believe that if they break a glass, it might be
Okay.
bad luck, for
So
7 years or yeah. Go ahead.
so again, can you confidently call yourself Kemetic if you don't believe what they believe?
Well, I like to label myself as a follower of Kemet, Shemsu Kemet or Shemsu Ma'at. You can say Kemet is fine, I don't have a problem with that. But I didn't say I don't share the beliefs, but I try to keep the beliefs for myself. And
Why would you
regardless of,
do that? I mean, you're sharing everything else about Kemet and your belief. Why would you hide what you believe, brother?
I don't call
If
it
you're
hiding.
Kemetic, you should say that, yes, I'm Kemetic and I believe as they believe. I believe in the afterlife, or say you don't believe in the afterlife. Which one is it, brother?
Mm. Well, I believe what they wrote for sure, because that's a fact. We have the text, that's for sure. But as for what happens after we die,
I didn't
who
ask
can
you what you
demonstrate?
know. I said what you believe. Do you believe as they believe? Do you believe in the afterlife?
Well,
Yes or no?
my answer to you is I try to keep my beliefs to myself.
Okay, so
Because
you're not going to
do you
answer the
know?
question. Okay, let
Okay,
me go
can
to
I
my
ask you
next
a question
question,
now?
bro. No,
Can I
that's
ask you a
fine. Let me
question
go to
now?
my next
I
question.
can
No,
answer.
no, but hold on. Let's be fair. Let's do one each. Are you okay with that?
Go ahead. Go
Thank you.
ahead.
Do you know what happens after we die?
No, I don't. I believe what I know is going to happen because I believe in the Bible and what is written by Christians.
Fair
That's
enough.
why
So
I
feel
call
free.
myself a Christian. If I don't believe what is written, then I am not a Christian. I'm a fake.
Okay, fair enough. Feel free to for the next question.
Right. So I believe everything in that book, and I believe everything that Christians taught, and the chief Christian is Christ. I believe it all, brother. So I'm the
You
real
believe it
deal.
all. So you believe in 1 Corinthians chapter 7, verse 36 that says that as long as a girl passes the flower of her age, then she's legal. So if a girl is like 9 years old and she has a period, you can have sex with her.
You're misinterpreting scripture, brother. So no, you're mixing me up with Muslims, brother. I'm not a Muslim.
No,
Okay.
that's the black
Now,
Hebrews or
hold
lights.
on, brother. Okay, you just asked me a question. Now let me ask my next question. All right. And then we go, like you said, we're gonna go back and forth.
True.
So, do you believe in that the gods of Kemet are real gods?
I don't know that. We don't even have any dates for them.
So did the Comedics believe in their gods that they worshiped and sacrificed to and
Yes, I
prayed
would
to?
say so.
Okay, so but you don't believe in their gods, right?
Well, I wouldn't say I don't believe in them, but like I said, I try to keep the beliefs to myself because I can demonstrate what I believe in. But if you want to deal with the text, yeah, we'll have text and I can talk about the text and the
Okay,
things that I know.
gotcha. So you don't believe in the afterlife and you don't believe that the Comedic gods are real. All right, ask your question.
That's
then
your
I'll
statement, not
answer
mine.
Excuse me?
That's your statement, not mine.
No, that's your statement, brother. I'm gonna ask you again so you can clarify. Do you believe in the gods of Kemet that they are real?
Well, you can ask me the question 5 or 10 times or 100 times. I try to keep the beliefs to myself. Do you believe it's okay for a man to have sex with his daughters?
Brother? Why would you hide what you believe when
Well,
you're supposed
brother,
to be sharing what you believe?
You know what's interesting? Is that I'm giving you an answer, and obviously you're not satisfied with my answer, and I can live with that. I'm not going to lose sleep over that. But you asking the same question 50 times is not going to make a difference.
No, I'm not. This is a
You
second,
know what?
a different question.
Oh, hold on. My turn, please.
Yes, sir.
Do you think it's okay
I'm
for a
still
man
waiting
to have
for an
sex with
answer,
his
though.
daughters?
I'm still waiting for an answer, and then I'll answer your question.
Well, I gave you an answer, but you don't like my answer. But the fact that you don't like my answer will not make me give you a different
I guess
answer.
I misunderstood your answer, so let me hear it one more time. Do you believe in the gods of Kemet to be real? Yes or no?
I try to keep my beliefs to myself.
Oh, man.
Because I cannot make an affirmation that this is a fact, and that's what it
Go
is,
ahead, bro.
for sure.
You can ask me your next question.
You could
sir.
ask
Go
me the
ahead.
same question, Shaka.
Yeah, but I'm just
Now go ahead,
keep
Shaka.
it
You
keep
can
it
ask
this
me
way.
now. You can ask me
Yeah.
your question.
Do you think it's okay for a man to have sex with his daughters?
No, I don't. And the Bible nowhere in the Bible does it accord fathers having sex with their daughters. If you're referring to the story of Lot, Lot didn't tell, God never told Lot to have sex with his daughters. The Bible says the daughters got the father drunk and they had sex with their father because they thought that they were the only ones on the earth.
But he still had sex with them,
So,
no?
you have a problem. You have a very serious problem with misquoting and misteaching the Bible, my dear brother. And
When did I misquote the Bible? That's what he says in the Bible. You said it yourself.
Well,
He
no, it
slept
doesn't
with
say
his
that.
daughters.
You just made that the hell up. You don't know
No,
what you're talking about.
that's
bro.
what the Hebrews say.
Sir, if you two brothers believe what you just said, you are ignorant as hell, man.
We
You
don't
haven't read the
believe
Bible.
nothing, Black Jesus. This is what the
Sir, I'm
Hebrews
talking
tell
to
us.
Shaka, man. I'm not talking to you, man.
You
I'm
just
talking
say
to
you
Shaka.
two brothers.
I'll deal with you next. I will
You
deal
know,
with you next.
BJM, you need to be that agitated. I mean, we have the
I'm
right
not
to
really
disagree. It's cool.
agitated, but I am a little perturbed because you always got something a curse to say about the Bible and Christianity, brother.
Well, okay,
and I'm
okay.
a Christian.
I know you are a Christian. I know.
Let's continue
But-
the Q&A.
but- Well, hold on, BJ.
Let him
The
deal
Bible
with
does say that Lot had sex with his daughters, right?
The daughters got their father drunk and they
Brother.
had sex with their father. He didn't know what was going on,
All
sir.
right, all right. Well, he didn't know what was going on. That's what you're saying.
So it's the kid's
Oh my
fault
God,
now.
dude. Okay, brother. We will go to that verse and prove that beyond a shadow of a doubt because see, this is how you brothers, you ignorant brothers who love to just lie on the Bible, who barely read the
Can you
Bible.
be courteous?
Brother, you don't know what the hell you talking about. This is embarrassing, bro. But we're gonna go to that scripture. But what's your next question? Is that
Brother,
your question about
Can you be courteous?
Yes, I am being courteous.
Well, let's try to be courteous because I could call you ignorant. Well, it's just gonna escalate. It's not necessary.
We're all ignorant, brother Shaka. I'm
Come
ignorant
again?
too. I don't know everything.
Well, okay, now you're playing games with the words. It's okay.
Not
Now,
at all, brother.
personally, even if somebody gets drunk, I don't think that he would just have sex with his daughters. You understand what I'm saying? So I think he knew what he was doing. But feel free with your other questions.
All right. So now, brother Shaka, what was my third question? Lord have mercy. My third question
I disturbed you, didn't I?
Excuse me?
I disturbed you, didn't I?
No, not really. Just kind of threw me off a little bit, but it'll come
Yeah,
back to me,
you
brother.
sound like you're off your square.
But we still got two. We still got two good questions in. So, what God, what Kemetic God do you pray to, Shaka Duga, when you're in prayer as a Kemetic brother? Which Egyptian Kemetic God do you pray to, or do you pray at all?
There are several.
Oh, you pray to several. So which is the chief deity that you pray to?
I wouldn't say there's one chief deity, but there are several. Just like in the Bible, you have several.
Okay, so which is your favorite? We don't have to.
I don't have a
We
favorite.
don't want you to name all of them. What is your favorite?
I don't have a favorite one.
Chief God.
I don't have a favorite one, but you know, there's
Can you name
Imen that
one
we.
or two of them?
Well, there's Imen that we call Amun or Amen in English,
Okay.
and there's of course Ra.
What's the second?
The second is Ra. Well, there's no really order of hierarchy or any sort, but you know,
I got you.
Let's okay.
That second God, I'm having a hard time hearing and understanding.
Oh, okay. I pronounced it like you know Ra, but you know, let's say Ra.
Ra. Okay.
Some people call him
I'm
Ray.
familiar with Ra. Yes, sir. And so when you pray, do you pray with supplication, or do you ask your God to do things on behalf of you and your family and your friends and loved ones?
I would prefer not to go details about my prayer. I think it's personal. Don't you think?
Wow. So everything is personal about you and your God, huh?
I mean, you're not telling us what you pray about when you pray to God.
The Lord El Elyon, the Most High God, the Father of Jesus, brother. Ain't nothing,
Yeah.
I'm not hiding nothing. My religion is in the Bible.
Yeah, but you're not telling us what you ask.
Jesus ain't got no father.
But
brother, well, that's your problem. That's you're the one who probably ain't got no father. Don't be sitting up here talking about this man ain't got no father. All right?
He don't.
You don't know that.
That's what they said in the book, man.
Oh no, it sounds to me like you're jealous that he got one and you don't. Okay.
No, I got a father.
Again,
Oh yeah, I know
ask
my
your
father's
question,
name.
Shaka. Okay, brother, I'm talking to Shaka. I'll deal with you behind next. Now,
You ain't got to make all these insults though.
Sir,
You
but
can have a better
quiet. I'm talking to
conversation than
Shaka,
that.
Bro,
Shaka,
wait,
let him
Alright.
ask me some questions.
Yeah, you
wait
asking
your
all these
ignorant
questions,
turn,
man.
bro. Shaka's talking to me right now.
You the only ignorant one on here.
Ask him about.
I got you.
Feel free to ask him a question. Sorry, young Harold. Feel free to ask him a question.
No, Shaka. This is me and you until I finish asking you questions. Go ahead, Shaka. Your turn.
But BJM, you're not
Shaka,
like making the
it's
rules.
your turn,
Like
brother.
what?
I'm
Why
waiting
wouldn't?
for your next question.
But why wouldn't you take a question from young Harold?
I will, sir. When I finish talking with you, I'm going to do one at a time. So please ask me your next question.
Okay. So how many gods? How many different names do we have for God in the Bible?
There are many, and those names even exceed the Bible. Even Amen and Amen Ra, even the names of God in Kemet refer to the same God as the Bible. So there are many cultural names for the supreme God throughout Africa and all of the world, and I accept them all.
So Elohim is plural, right?
Elohim can be singular and plural. Yes, it can go both ways.
It cannot be
No,
singular
sir,
because that's
if you
plural.
want to go to the root, if you want to go to the root of Elohim, the oldest name of God is El. The oldest African name of God is El.
El, the one who got so drunk that he fell in his urine and feces.
Sir, what Bible did you read that from? Did you read that from some popcorn Bible or something like that? Did you get that Bible out of a Cracker Jack box, bro?
It's from the Ugaritic text, which predates the Bible.
Oh, well, I don't read the Ugaritic text, bro. I read the
Bible. You read the Greek text,
I read the Bible, sir.
You read the Greek text, right?
Sir, what did I just tell you? I believe in the King James Bible. So what you're talking about is not in the King James Bible.
So you read the English text.
Now is it?
Okay,
Sir,
so your original...
I'm going to answer your question again. I do not read the Ugaritic text. I do believe that Ugaritic is the origin of the Canaanite culture and the Canaanites who worship El, but all of the Ugaritic texts do not comport to the original truth and the true worship of El. So that is why I rely on the Bible, because the Bible is a direct, especially, the Torah, the Old Testament, is a direct translation, is a better translation than any other book of the Ugaritic text, such as the Ebla tablets. The Ebla tablets is the oldest source of the Torah. And the Torah, that word comes from Egypt. And you know that
no, it
now,
doesn't.
Don't you?
It doesn't.
Yes, it does. Okay,
No,
how much you want to bet on that?
Okay, what tell us what's the word then?
No, I'm not gonna tell you. I just want you to put a bet on it
Okay,
because
you
I
just
want to
make
hurt
that
you
up.
real
It's okay,
bad.
I'm used to that. I'm used to that.
Oh, okay, good. Well, let's.
But I thought in the Bible,
I'm
according to the Bible, you're not
Hold on,
supposed to
brother.
bet, you know. I
Okay,
thought
let me
you're not
ask my
supposed to bet
question, bro. Well,
from the
I
Bible,
do.
though.
I love to bet. I love to
So
bet.
you go against the
I'm
Bible
a
then.
wild, wayward Christian when it comes to betting.
So
People
you
who
go
love
against the Bible then.
who love people who love to profusely lie on the Bible. Because I like to make you pay for lying.
Did I
on the
lie on the Bible, brother?
Of course you are.
What was my lie
Because
about the Bible?
you're very ignorant of the Bible, sir.
Okay, what was my lie?
Now let me ask my question. Hold on, you asked me
Hold
your
on,
question.
hold on. You accused me of
Oh,
lying.
come on, brother.
So what was my lie about the Bible?
Brother, you just lied. You just got to sit up here saying that you read it in Ugaritic that what did you say? You said L did what you say?
You said I
He
lied. Now
don't
you
even know
asking me
what
what
you
I
said.
said.
How you gonna call you a liar?
I don't remember exactly what you said now, but I remember what you said was a lie. Now, why don't you repeat it again?
Man,
You
can we
said
move
L
on
did
from the
what?
Bible and get back to reality?
Sir, can you be quiet? I'm talking to
Nah,
my
you
man
can't
right
tell
here.
me be
Man,
quiet,
you-
man. I've been
Sir,
on the
can you
show.
play? No, I'm asking
You
you.
again.
has
Just
the right
stupid
to
ass
speak,
be
bro.
quiet. I'm talking
Let
to
me
Black
you.
ask you a
Jesus.
Can you
question.
wait your turn, sir?
Are you
Black
concerned
Jesus,
with
you do understand that you done asked
child
like
molesters and pedophiles?
Sir, can you be quiet, dude?
No,
Yeah, you,
man.
BJM.
Shaka, I'm tired of this
BJM.
Bible talk, bro. We don't
brother,
get
you're an
nowhere.
ignorant little bastard, bro. Can you be quiet, bro?
Okay, we tried.
What are you talking about?
Yeah,
It's
you
okay. You
can't
know
talk to
what,
that dude.
brothers? Let me say, I put him off the panel. Let's be kind. Let's be diplomatic. We don't need to,
Yeah, I
you
don't.
know,
Yeah, you could
yeah.
see because this guy is so ignorant. Before you say something, he trying to tell you shut up and this and that,
Yeah, that's
bro.
not cool.
He
But
didn't
he
even give
called
me
you a
a chance to
bastard,
ask
so
him questions that's based on reality that we dealing with today. These people so stuck on stupid with this Bible nonsense, like it do anything for them. Look at that. So at the end of the day, I was going to ask him if he has an issue with child molesters and pedophiles because he be on a platform where a lot of them are. But he don't have no issue with that. He know what's going on between you and Sachetta. He coming over here trying to deflect and talk about Bible. Tell this man that they've been arguing about Bible for over 100 years. And a belief is just a belief. It means to not know. So you asking Shaka about his belief. Bro, these beliefs don't do anything for you because you can't prove none of them are true. And you talking about if the gods are real, God is made by man. It's a so-called deity. It's no creator. All these gods you talking about is no creator. It was written by man. So whoever choose to follow whatever God they want to is up to them. But at the end of the day, you trying to make these things reality. No, the reality is little girls and little boys are getting raped by grown men, and you guys conduct it. That's what you need to be talking about.
You know what's interesting? He's still on the panel, you know. I mean, on the panel, he's in the back chat, like we say. But because he called you a bastard, you know, that's why I put him off the panel. Anybody else want to come here and disagree or agree with us is fine. But please don't just call us or any of us bastard. You know what I'm saying? Let's try to be diplomatic. But what's interesting, you heard him. He talked about the Ugaritic text and he mentioned that this is the origin of, you know, the Canaanite text. Then he went on to talk about the translation. Now he goes by the translation of King James. I was going to bring up the fact that King James was gay, but you know, we can get the conversation all the way. But you know, when I brought up the, you know, the passage, 1 Corinthians chapter 7, verse 36, he says misinterpretation or something to that effect. But what was funny though is when he said that I lied on the Bible. I lied on the Bible. So I asked him what was the lie of the Bible, and he goes, "Okay, what did you say again?" So you see, she can't even remember what I said. How do you know it's a lie? But you could tell he wasn't like he probably had a list, and he was going like extremely fast, like, you know, machine gun type of pattern, like very, 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 very fast. But you know, he can come back some other time, like the song from Aaliyah says, you know, dust yourself up and try again. You know what I'm saying? But I've heard that, you know, BJM is usually quite condescending towards black people. That's what I've heard. And when it's white people, he's very, very polite, you know. So I'm not surprised, you know. Let me go through the comments real quick. So we have Okay, V Bennett will come soon.
Yeah, man, it's crazy because this guy is telling you right about belief and he followed the King James. Then he's gonna tell you he don't read the book that came before it. Don't you find that confusing, bro?
It is
Your
confusing to
book,
me.
yeah, your book came from the books before it, but you don't want to read them because you know why? They took out what they don't want to talk about. They took out the stuff that they don't want to deal with. And even some of the stuff that's in it, they still don't want to deal with it. When you tell him A, B, and C, he's going to tell you, no, it's C, D, and F, even if it say A, B, and C. So he's making the word say what he wanted to say. No, you read that wrong, brother. No, he didn't. You know, so it's like I told you, and these things with this belief thing and this Bible thing, they acting like it helped them in their everyday life.
Well,
Most of the things that men do or accomplish is because they have the determination to, not because some book told them to go do it. You could read the book all you want. If you don't get up on your 2 feet and do it, it's not gonna happen. And people don't understand a lot of these things are allegories, they are myths, they are principles, they are lessons, messages. There's not you asking the guy all kind of personal thing about who he prayed to and all kind of stuff, bro. Like these, there is I no thing greater than you outside of you for you to worship. Talking about you worship hell from this book and that. You just worshiping something that a man created, which was supposed to be a principle. You're not supposed to worship, you're supposed to learn from it. So all these people think that they praising something outside of their self and whatever outside of their self, acknowledge them. I think it's ignorance.
and you see here, if you've been at road, some people believe a man comes from a man's rib, but can anyone demonstrate it? No, but people believe in it, you know. And the people who believe in the Bible obviously believe that there was a snake that talked. You know what I'm saying? So you know we can go all
Yeah,
the way, but
he one of the ones. He believed it.
yeah,
He believed it.
because he believes what the Bible says. So you know it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Now,
Yeah, that guy, man, he's all over the place. I never seen somebody like mix so much stuff together like that. It's crazy. And I mean, I don't know. I guess
and he bets contrary to the Bible, but you know, keep going, Jerry.
yeah, you know, and I guess he looks at it like he's trying to bring all of it together, some type of unity or whatever. But all of those different religions that he's trying to bring together and claim all being one and having all the same God, that's not true. All those religions do not agree with each other. Why do you
That's for
think you
sure.
got all these different religions? They don't agree.
That's for sure. That's for sure. And
Yeah.
oh, V Bennett has joined us. Feel free, brother.
Yeah, I got one or two things for you too, Shaka.
Yeah, go ahead, young Harry. Go ahead.
It
Go
got
ahead.
it got this guy
Did I say V Bennett or
named
young Heru? Go ahead, young Heru. Sorry.
it got this guy OG Half Paint on YouTube. Just look it up and see what he say about African Bambata. It's
Oh,
only like
okay.
2-3 minutes.
Yeah.
I think
I
he's
believe
trying to pass.
I shared it. I think
I
in
have a
my
belief. I
yeah.
have a belief. It's only going to take 2 seconds.
What's your? Go
My
ahead.
belief is our brother Black Jesus is desperately afraid to debate you, brother. That's all I got to say. I'll be out.
I think he'll be back. I think the brother will
Well,
be back.
I don't
But you
think
know,
he's scared, but I tell you one thing, he's coming with his belief, not no source of facts.
he's coming with
Nah.
his
He's
belief.
scared, man. He's scared, man. He's scared. He's chicken.
He'll be back maybe tomorrow. Now let's share this video. I actually shared it in my community timeline, but some of you didn't hear that, man. You know, I don't even know if I played it, but I know I shared it in my community timeline. Let's listen up closely, man. It's gonna be something you're gonna hear, man.
Africa Bambata's defense following his sexual abuse claims was KRS-One, who brushed the controversy off before releasing a statement clarifying his comments. In
Yeah,
an
you
interview
could go like 1
created by
minute
Doggy
ahead
Diamonds
if you want.
TV, currently available to view on the site, OG Half Pint said to have a disturbing encounter with Bambata at just 12 years old before giving his thoughts on
look at the medicine, you know, so I go to the bathroom.
why they hated. Take a look at the clip.
And I said, I got to go to the bathroom. So I goes to the bathroom. About 4 seconds later, this nigga comes in the bathroom. Don't have pint. I got to get something out the bathroom. You know what I'm saying? Comes in the bathroom, look at the medicine cabinet, don't find her. But then I'm peeing already. This nigga whips he said, oh, I gotta pee, whips his dick out and pee. And I'm looking at his dick and he looking at my dick. And I'm 12 years old. Don't get me wrong. So, you know what I'm saying? I know this ain't normal because all the men and even the women, when you teach a child how to pee, men, we stand behind them. And when he's young, you teach him whether he in a potty, you teach him how to shake it, but you're standing behind him. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? And I'm 12 years old. And matter of fact, I think another reason why, like, I'm a wild 12. I'm runaway 12. So when he did that shit, my body tensed up. You know what I'm saying? It tensed up. And him being a professional pedophile, he sensed this. He sees this.
Directing his anger toward KRS-One, he made bold allegations about his relationship with Bambaataa in the clip.
KRS-One, you stupid motherfucker. Yo, I'm telling you something. Prince, I know Bam sucked your dick. I know it's no way that you sit there and you try to like I ain't got nothing to do with that.
So just for the benefit of the court, let's listen again.
I know it's no way, you stupid motherfucker.
Relationship with Bambaataa in the clip.
KRS-One, you stupid motherfucker. Yo, I'm telling you something. Prince, I know Bam sucked your dick.
So, hey, this is what the OG half pint said. I didn't say. Feel free, brothers.
Yep, it just show you, bro. It just show you these guys, whether they was with it or they was taken advantage of, they think they reach a certain kind of status, so they're not gonna come out and say it. You know what I mean? They're gonna cover it up and they're gonna act like this guy is this and that, because they know if they say anything, people's gonna start asking questions like, so did it happen to you? Because you guys was around when this thing was going on. And it have number of people that have evidence of seeing these guys doing homosexual stuff. You know what I'm saying? And then a number of people that even came out, they don't want to say their name because they grown men now and they have family and a wife, so they feel embarrassed. But they still letting people know that it's true, So it's just crazy, man, like how these men ain't got no morals and they don't stand on nothing but money and popularity.
True.
You know what?
Yeah, go ahead, Benny.
And he never responded to that allegation. He never said it wasn't true. He never said it wasn't true. And also, my question is, was it consensual or not? Just like he asked Hassan Campbell. Was it a relationship? Or what was it, KRS? And number 3, he has some disgusting teeth.
Whether it was consensual
Yuck mouth.
or not, it is still problematic. But, the response of KRS saying, I don't give a F. It was real sad, real sad. For those that don't know, there was a protest going on in New York on March 27. Fat Joe spoke about the situation, So more and more people are speaking about the situation. Some people made some press conference about the situation, but now they are cool with, rapists, child molesters, and all that. So we're going to have to wait for May 1st to get some revelations, but some people are going to sing. I have, I cannot predict the future, but I feel like some people will sing, you know what I'm saying? But it's just sad, man, that we have grown men and grown women who act like, well, this child molestation is old news. Yeah, go ahead, brother. Feel free.
Yeah, Shaka, I got one more for you too. It's called Sanetta is not who he say he is. It should be Hassan Campbell and like the 4:30 mark or 4-minute mark.
Please. Okay, so 4-minute mark. Okay.
Yeah, watch who the middleman is. You're gonna learn who the middleman is today.
Okay. First, as usual, let me share this in the chat. Okay. Thank you all for the receipts. Thank you all for the receipts. So let's share
Born
it now.
FOG in the house.
Oh yeah, Born FOG. Yeah, he is in the house. So you told me to go, Young Hero. You told me to go to the 4-minute mark, right?
Yeah, about the 4-minute mark. I don't want
Okay.
you to play the whole thing. So
Yeah. Okay.
He's bringing war. So instead of him bringing peace, he's bringing war. War. Instigating. He's instigating. He had a beef with Polite. I didn't put Polite on my platform. He had a beef with Shaka Amos. I didn't go get Shaka Amos and put him on my platform. He had a beef with Red Pill, Blue Pill, Queen Sci-Fi, Setmet. He has a beef with
You know, I forgot about Queen Sci-Fi. You know, you have some people who come and go, and some people who kind of stay. But I didn't know he had a beef with Sekhmet. Apparently, she may have reappeared because a lot of people were asking about her. But anyway,
Seti,
that is well known.
Young Pharaoh,
That is well known as well.
and many, many others. The list goes on. Now, one time, did I go get anybody that he had a beef with, put him on my platform, and instigate the beef in between him and these people? But anybody I have a discrepancy with or argument with, he goes and he gets these people and he puts them on his platform to further the beef. Isn't that the same thing that caused Malcolm X to lose his life? Aren't you the one that was around Khalid Muhammad the time that he died? Was this the role that you was playing in his camp as well?
So, does somebody have any information about that? You know, because from
I
what I
don't.
read, yeah,
Yeah, but you heard that.
yeah, from what I read, Khalid wasn't feeling well. His wife was at the house at the time. Now, I'm not sure if she was there right from the start when he wasn't feeling well, but from what I recall, she found him in the bathroom and he had vomited. He may have messed himself also, and I think she called Malik Zulu Shabazz, and he came and some people. I'm sorry. Some people were saying that the clothing was washed when really it should have been kept for some exams to be done. But in the book of Khalid, I think it says that my memory doesn't fail me that they kept some of the like vomit or some other substance to have it checked up for poison or something. But anyway, let me continue here with this video.
It's just amazing to me how you was around and Khalid Muhammad died a mysterious death where people believe he was poisoned and you was in that camp. And now the same movement or a different movement, you in the mix and everything that I do. It's amazing, right? Riddle me this, people. How was it that B. Stinger started a movement with Congress to bring in a law to bring victims, allow victims to not only sue, but to press charges against people like Africa Bambaataa for what they did? The child.
Young Hero, do you want me to keep playing the video?
Yeah, just another 30 seconds or so.
No problem. We'll have all the time.
Yeah.
We'll have all the time.
The Child Awareness Act, B. Stinger played a part in that. So how is it that B. Stinger gets down with Sanetta's platform, and once he gets down with Sanetta,
stop the attempt to bring justice to what Africa Bambaataa did to many young boys. What happened to B Stinger? Why did B Stinger not go to court? I said from the jump I wasn't going to court. That's just not my style to go to court, to sue somebody. It wasn't my style. I didn't want to get him locked up. I wanted the kids, the next generation of kids and parents, to know what he did so they can be safe. I don't feel right taking a stand. I don't really like it, but that wasn't my style. But nevertheless, that was B Stinger's style, and that was the path that B Stinger was taking. So who convinced B Stinger not to go to court on Africa Bambaataa? And just to set the record straight again, with the lies and the games that he played with Hassan Campbell on trial, understand something. When I came out on Africa Bambaataa, me and B Stinger, because I came out first, he came out second. But regardless of what, I took my video down. He came out on the Daily News to bring this child predator down, right? When I came out, within 1 year, Africa Bambaataa lost $2 million. I'm going to say that again. $2 million in shows. Not only did he lose $2 million in shows, but he also lost money because when Zulu broke up, because of me, because they believed me, because there was other victims that came forward that didn't come forward on YouTube or on the news, but they came forward at meetings and said he did the same thing to them. So now, nevertheless, over $2 million I caused Africa Bambaataa to lose in that first year or two because he was getting monthly dues and he was doing shows. Why didn't Africa Bambaataa sue me for slandering him and lying on him?
Yeah, you could stop it there if you want.
Why didn't he come out?
Yeah, but it's funny.
Did you say that Saf sued him?
No, he was saying why, if he was lying on African Bambaataa, why he ain't sue him for, scandal? Because just to show you that somebody that innocent, they will go to the extent to prove their innocence, And it's funny how somebody always in the mix with these child molesters and rapists, and after he did the interview with who, all of a sudden he's not continuing with his statement about being abused and this and that. And this is the same guy that said that they tried to give him money, and after, even at his old age, I saw him trying to rap. I'm like, what the? This guy damn near 50 years old, man.
Who's
what I'm saying?
Brother? Who's that?
B Stinger.
Oh man,
So since that's why people say since he was young, he wanted to be a rapper. So he let this guy took advantage of him. Regardless if he didn't want it, regardless if this is still abuse, don't get me wrong. But he was so into being what he wanted to be, he would, let this guy do him this. And when he realized it didn't happen and it was too late. But he couldn't come out unless somebody else said it too, because you see, he looked like he a little slow. You see what I'm saying? So when Hassan Campbell came out, it was possible for him to say it too, because he know if he said it on his own, people won't believe him, and he was of age, so he know what was going on, man. So some people, like I said, I have a hard feeling the guy was being abused, but he was age enough to acknowledge that, but he let it happen to him because he wanted a position, and until today, at this age, he's still trying to rap.
Yep. And you see all those nervous twitches he got. He can barely even speak, man, without something like twitching in his face. It's terrible, man.
And for those who wonder about his rap, here is one of them here.
Your boy Ron B. Stinger Savage. BX is in the building. Harlem, I see you. Yo, this is for all them sucker internet thugs. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Pop, pop, pop. You don't like my
For the record, the hat says Universal Zulu Nation, and I think that the necklace, the stuff that he showed,
BX thugs. Let's
it
go,
might be
let's
that
go,
as well.
let's go. Pop, this is for all things savage. BX is in the building. Harlem, I see you. Yo,
Yeah, we can tell it says Universal, and here we see the ZU, I mean ZU, and then here Nation. So he's down with the Universal Zulu Nation now.
Yeah, that's a Zulu Nation hat, right?
Let's go, let's go, let's go. Pop, pop, pop. You don't like my rap style? Snitch. Cop calling son of a bitch. Real rap demon. I don't need your permission. The beat is loud. On the streets, been getting wild. Order protection, that's what you need. Started shivering when I mentioned the red beam. Talking all that shit on the mic and can't even fight. Internet thugs, they kill me. You wet your pants and smelling like piss. Damn, this your second payback this. Don't even speak my name and can't back it up. You get punched in your face and thought you got hit by a truck. I'm that mean motherfucker that your girl be trusting. I tap that ass once, that chick is lusting like a black spade. I got my man D, double tap that bitch and made her bleed. Real rap, real rap. I'm that mean motherfucker that got your girl trusting. I tapped her once, I got that chick lusting like a black spade. I got my man D.
Man,
Yeah, Shaka, please stop that
he's a
noise in
groupie.
my head.
Just imagine he did all of that just to make this horrible rap. It won't go anywhere. He sacrificed. I mean, and
Yeah,
it's
and
really sad. It's so sad because he really believed in that, and he took on all of the sickness for
yep.
that, and
And
they
I think
spit him out like nothing.
sorry, but
You
yeah,
know,
and I think a lot of them went to that extent in order to be what they are. That's why it always had these rumors about certain people that the industry make them. You know, they don't have no talent, they don't have no craft, but they willing to do whatever. You know what I'm saying? And when people see that this guy could sell, so like I said, a lot of people, you know, they do things in life that they don't want nobody to know just in order to gain what they gain, and it's pathetic.
and you know what? That's the entire music industry. The entire music industry. I'm not saying to the extent of Bambaataa, but the entire industry. If you ever been in the music industry, you know that there's people take on this. They take when they come into it, people are looking for something, but there's some people that aren't looking the same way. Like some people are comfortable with who they are and what they have, and they don't compromise their principles. But there's loads of people. If you in the industry, you can watch them compromise their principles, and it's just they don't realize other people are sitting back watching them and just shaking their head like, but they can't. The people watching them can't really say anything because they handling their business, and they also don't expect everybody else to just sell their ass out or do whatever some old nasty shit to get a contract. They don't expect it. I didn't expect it myself to see people, but I know just in my little time up there in the industry in New York, I seen people do things that just it didn't relate to me and my crew. We couldn't understand it, and we was just like, okay, well, that's how it is. Okay, y'all like that? That's what you going to do? And it's just so regular, man. It's so sad. You know, people don't need to compromise themselves. I don't know why people think they have to do that, but there's a lot of insecure people looking to win, and they feel like getting a contract is the way they're going to finally get some validation in life. You know, they can be special, and they
Yeah,
will when they get to that
that's
moment and
why.
see the gates. They sell that ass, yo.
Yeah, and it's in every it's in every category too, because just like we talking about this guys with the so-called conscious community, this is what they doing. You know, they putting their morals aside in order to gain. You know what I'm saying? Because if it wasn't for debates, if it wasn't for money, if it wasn't for popularity, a lot of them would step away from these guys that have these kind of charges. But because they have some kind of thing going, some kind of scam going, they're gonna try to sweep it under the rug and act like, oh, we not for that, but we not gonna pay no attention. You know that's why Black Minister he ran. He don't want to answer no real questions
No, no,
because I'm gonna ask him.
hold on. He didn't run. I put
Oh
him
yeah,
off
you
the
caught him
panel.
out. My
Yeah,
bad, my bad,
when
my
he
bad, my
said,
bad.
you know, you're a
But
bastard
still,
or whatever.
he wouldn't answer the question, Shaka. He want us to stick on stupid. He want us to keep talking about Bible and this and that when things are going on in reality right in front of their face. They don't want to talk about it,
But
and
you
that's
know,
the
brother,
issue. You know.
But
brother, he wants to talk about the Bible mainly indeed. But I was smiling like I couldn't believe how he was saying. And you know what? Hold on, just for the record, I want people to hear what he said about
Shaka,
you. Yes, go ahead, brother.
when you start insulting or cursing or things like that, that's a way of running because you know the conversation won't last long if you do that. It's like a way of distracting. And I wish the brother would come back and just commit himself to some debate without the antics, you know, because I want to hear his perspective.
Well, I know his perspective already, but just for the record, let's hear what he said about the Ugaritic text.
Is not in the
Oh,
King
so you read
James
the
Bible.
English text.
Now is it?
How many gods? How many different names do we have for God in the Bible?
There are many, and those names even exceed the Bible. Even Amen and Amen Ra, even the names of God in Kemet refer to the same God as the Bible. So there are many cultural names for the supreme God about Africa and all of the world, and I accept them all.
Hmm. So Elohim is plural, right?
Elohim can be singular and plural. Yes, and it can go both ways.
It cannot be
No,
singular
sir,
because
not
that's
If you want to
plural.
go to the root, if you want to go to the root of Elohim, the oldest name of God is El. The oldest African name of God is El.
El, the one who got so drunk that he fell in his urine and
Sir,
feces.
what Bible did you read that from? Did you read that from some popcorn Bible or something like that? Did you get that
it's not
Bible
from
out
the
of a Cracker Jack box, bro?
it's from the Ugaritic text which predates the Bible.
Oh, well, I don't read the Ugaritic text, bro. I read the
So
Bible.
you read the Greek
Sir, I
text,
read
do
the
you?
Bible, sir.
You read the Greek text, right?
Sir, what did I just tell you? I believe in the King James Bible. So what you're talking about is not in the
Oh,
King
so you read
James
the
Bible.
English text.
Now is it?
Okay,
Sir,
so
you're
your
not listening to you.
original.
I'm gonna answer your question again. I do not read the Ugaritic text. I do believe that Ugaritic is the origin of the Canaanite culture and the Canaanites who worship El. But
Hey, that's enough for me, man. You know, that's
Shaka,
beautiful what he said, man. Go ahead,
he
brother.
just couldn't answer how many. You asked how many. How many
Because
names for God are there? It's like, you know, and then he just had to ramble on and like, okay, here we go.
just wanted to throw it out there because when I said that there were several in Kemet, he was acting like, you know, his stuff is better. But, you know, there are several different names in the Bible, 7 different gods indeed, you know. But, hey, you know, he might come back some other time or some other people may come back some other time. But it's interesting that the guy relies on some King James translation of the Bible. So what about the original text? Or what about
Yeah.
the oldest surviving copies? You know what I'm saying? It's strange that they
Look
don't
what's
go
so
by those. Yeah, go ahead,
yeah.
brother.
Look what's so funny, Shaka. Right? He said that he prayed to El, right? But when you ask him about, El drunk in his own feces and all of that, he gonna say what book you read that from. Oh, so let
Yeah,
me ask you something. This is the same El
Mm,
we talking about, right?
it
So
is
it
this.
said it in this book, but it didn't said it in that book. So you see how confusing these people are. Like they don't understand it's a mind game, like they took it out the book for a purpose,
Yeah,
because this is the same God they want you to praise. So they don't want you to see the other side of him. So people don't understand all these things that these so-called gods have, all these attributes is things that men would do. A man would vomit in his own thing if he that drunk and fall asleep in it, or peace, or whatever you want to call it. So people don't understand these things are talking about men, bro. It's crazy.
and also
mhm.
He said that L is like he said it's an African name. That's what he said. So I don't know if he was influenced by the
Yeah, how'd he
anthropological
get to
language.
Africa?
Yeah,
Yeah, how'd he get to Africa? He didn't go
yeah,
through
how
the
did
Greek language though. No.
yeah, you know, I wonder how L an African name. You know what I'm saying? This is definitely not as far as I'm concerned. But hey, to each his own. But hey, we had a good taste. But if at least his religion, um, Christianity and the Bible, his holy book, the book that he believes in, will teach him manners, to be courteous. You know what I'm saying? It's like but like I said, I heard that's how he behaves with black people.
Absolutely.
But you
I heard
see
that's
how
how.
all of them behave on that side over there. So it's not unexpected. All of them are characters. Like I told you the other day, if these people actually follow what they preaching, their behavior alone would be different. And all these people that say that they really believe in this Bible, they don't go around cursing and acting the way like these people. And some of them, even if they don't know, and you tell them something, they might not believe it, but they won't curse you, they won't argue with you if they don't know. They will say, that's interesting or whatever. They might not even want to look into it because their belief is so strong. Anything that contradicts it, even if it contradicts itself, they don't want to hear it. And that's how sick this belief thing is. That it don't have nothing to do with facts. It don't have nothing to do with information, reality of or experience. It's all about belief, and they taking this belief thing to the extreme. That is true. Like everybody say, you could believe what you want, but don't try to put it off on other people like it's facts or truth. Like there's an afterlife for sure. Even if I believe, it's a belief mean to not know. So even if you hear me say I believe, that means I do not know, bro. So in
Yeah.
saying that,
Absolutely.
even if I feel like, oh, there might be an afterlife because I think I'm greater than just the flesh, that's because I believe so. I can't prove that I'm greater than the flesh, no matter how much information I give you, because these same people that give this information, they couldn't prove it neither. And when we speak on the way we speak is information. None of these thoughts are not actually ours. You see, all these things we've been programmed from youth. So a lot of time when they even jump from religion to religion, they still have the same mind concept. They just praising somebody else. And that's the,
Hmm.
the the confusing thing with these people, man.
Yeah, you
And
can't debate belief. You can't debate somebody's belief. That's the
yeah,
problem. So I don't even understand why he came that way. But hey,
because that's all they have. All they have is belief. They don't have any historical validating their book. You know what I'm saying? And this is what I was telling Sister Napa. Napa said, that I hate the Bible. I don't know where she got that from, and that's how they feel about us, just because we don't believe in what they believe in. And besides the snake that spoke, they also believe that a man spent several days inside of a well. They believe that there were so many animals inside of an ark. Can you imagine how much feces they will have to get rid of, get out of the boat each and every day? The lion was staring at all these animals from the jungle and elsewhere, and he didn't eat any of them. He was just patiently waiting to be fed whatever cereals or whatever it is that they were giving them inside of the ark. You know what I'm saying? They do believe that stuff.
yeah, they had cat food back then in a bag.
One thing I want to say too, I was listening to a discussion. I don't know who the guy is. I can't remember his name, but I understand people perspective, because one thing I understand people don't really do, they don't look at things both way based on their gender, and that's problematic, because even if you say in a lot of things about men are true, you have to give the other side of it, because a lot of men, what I mean, they don't act right, they don't treat their women right, they don't take accountability, but the women as well, what I'm saying? So like I said, people need to, when they have these conversations, stop trying to put off things on the man alone. Like it's a both sides, both parties play part in the destruction of black people. So we all have to get it together. So when you bring things about the men that's not right, you also have to bring things about the women that's not right to show that why the man might have continued to act so. Because if we had strong black women that was trying to uplift us and show us when we wrong instead of cursing us and trying to make degrade us or call police on us, we maybe would have gotten through some of our problems instead of just having an outburst and becoming enemies. So like I said, even these older men and women that talking, they talking about the issues about because based on gender, not based on the whole complete situation.
And nowadays we have sisters who are cool with rapists, convicted rapists, child molesters, and they want to give moral lessons at the same time. I mean, it's atrocious, man. And
Yep.
Nepal, if you hear this or if you know Nepal, then ask her what her stance is regarding the mighty Hebrew who was convicted for raping an underage girl. What's her position on ISUPK, supporting their rapper, King Ta, who was convicted in the court of law for child molestation? Why is she focused on Malachi York? Why do we have those people like that who have, like Vibet said, selective anger?
Yep.
Outrage.
Yeah, outrage. Thank you. Selective outrage.
Hey,
I
Shaka.
mean, yes,
Um.
brother.
Oh, go ahead. No. Continue. Continue.
Oh, I was just gonna say that she's been part of those camps. She had to know something. I mean, I'm not
Yeah.
in America. I've never been part of those camps, and I know all these things. And people have been giving me the receipts. We have the court summary. You mean to tell me she didn't know about that? But then she want to break down the
Hmm.
Bible. She wants to break down the Bible about writings that are hundreds of years old, but she doesn't know what happened like
Hmm.
a few years ago. But go ahead, you did it.
Yeah. But I want to find out if we can pivot back to Hassan Campbell and his latest rant last week about LL Cool J, Q-Tip, Busta Rhymes, Ice T, right? Um, because to me it looks like, okay, he said that a week ago. LL Cool J is pretty big at Def Jam. Busta Rhymes is pretty big, right? One of a big artist. And I was saying this for a while. This one guy, Kevin, what's his name again? Lighty. Kevin
Oh,
Lighty.
Chris Lighty. No, Chris Lighty.
Chris Lighty.
Yeah,
Chris
we have a
Lighty is the
Kevin Lyle or something like that. But Chris Lighty,
no,
yes.
no, yeah. Yeah, Chris Lighty was the big manager at Violator, and he committed suicide. But he's from the Bronxdale Projects. That's the same projects as Bambaataa. And I find it really strange that those artists that he raised, three of them out of four, they were managed by Chris Lighty. And he committed suicide. And he's from Bronxdale Project. How could he not know Bambaataa or know any of those things? I find it very strange, and I find it to be like almost sinister. Like I don't believe those stories about this guy could just commit suicide because he's unhappy one day or all of this. No, like I don't believe that. I don't believe. I think there's something worse. I think Hassan Campbell said that because there's something to it, and he wants people to catch on, and people keep trying to bury it. But and then I thought about this. Who is the CEO of YouTube? It's Lyle Cohen. He's the same big man at Def Jam, you know? And I can't figure out why any person that wants power in the music industry would that has the ability, has money to influence people, would not want to get their hands on those two books with those pictures, or at least know who has them, or at least know if they're even real. Like I just find that almost impossible because if you know that there's somebody going around extorting people with pictures and you heard stories like that, wouldn't you want to protect your own artist? Wouldn't you like see that as an issue? I mean, I just find it so strange, man. I don't know, man. That, what you think about that, Shaka?
Sister,
And
sister,
hello,
wow.
Andrea.
Yeah. Well,
Hello, V
honestly,
Bennett.
I think we're gonna have more testimonies. I think it's this movement's gonna grow because, like you have let me know, you share that link of Layla Wills, and not only we have that John Doe, this current lawsuit regarding Bambara, but she said there are several other people ready to testify. Yes, let's hear from our sister Andrea Brunet. Thank
Well,
you for
hi,
coming in.
gentlemen. Yeah, you're welcome. I was just calling. So I was listening to Young Heru, and I agree with you too for the most part. But what I will say, okay, since we know that we're dealing with the Bible, the Quran, and all these other literature that puts women in a bad position, okay, we're gonna have to come out and say something, man. I mean, at some point, I mean, all this stuff has done damage to all of us. It has. But it's given, these guys feel like, when you talk about the Hebrew Israelites and all them, they think they can do anything to women that they want to do. Christianity had the same kind of mindset. Islam has the same kind of mindset. There's always this stuff that's against women. So at some point, we have to come. At some point, that stuff is going to come around, and then, just like in anything else, it's going to rear its head, and it's not going to be good down the at the moment. The dust will settle, and hopefully we'll find some balance that we can all participate and have these nice relationships and stuff like that. But man, we were under the 8 ball we've been under, and we still are. I mean, I'm just trying to get y'all to help you get a different perspective. Just like Black folks have been behind the 8 ball, we're trying to take it to another level where we've had to suffer through all this patriarchal mindset. And it's still alive and well. It ain't gone nowhere. I mean, you still, like I said, you still got these guys who think it's okay to rape little girls and stuff like that. It's still out here. And we're gonna, if we don't fight back, what are we supposed to do, right? Yes, we need to encourage our Black men. Yes, we need to do all that. But if you have that same mentality as them knuckleheads on the other side, your behind's gonna get cussed the hell out. That's just, it's just gonna go down that way. You can't keep supporting somebody who believes that you are second class and you have to wash my clothes, cook my food, have my babies and all that kind of stuff. But then, I don't have a voice to be able to express my displeasure when you do something wrong to me. Back in the day, women were to be seen and not heard. That ain't happening no more, dog. It's just not. And, we all have to grow up and, and take on like you were saying earlier, I agree with you 100% when you said we need to do that internal work. It's not necessarily our responsibility to make you better, make yourself better, bring your 100% self to the table so that there's not all this work that we have to do with each other. And all of us need to bring our best self to the table so we don't have all this stuff that we're struggling with. It is hard enough that y'all know it's hard enough to go out there Black in the world. That's hard enough. But when we come home, the place should be peaceful for both people, not because they say a woman is a man's peace and man needs to come home to a peaceful house. But you don't hear nothing about what about us, right? You want us to work, and then we have to come home and cook and clean and take care of the kids and give them a bath and do all this. Oh, because you got to wind down because you had a bad day. Well, okay, I might have had a bad day too. So if we're taking care of each other, there should be a taking care of each other, just like you got to in the end of your conversation. So I agree with you on that part, but I don't agree with where we are because we didn't get here by ourselves. We've been called all those nasty names in the Bible, and if you say something against a man, they consider you a Jezebel. All these names, it's just constant. It's constant. And all of us need to stop. All of us need to stop calling each other names and all that kind of stuff. We just need to be better to each other and have decent conversations so that we can progress together and not all this patriarchal mindset that's out here that's got people all because now you got the masculinists out there. I'm masculine. I'm a toxic masculine man. You got the same kind of, it's crazy. It's cray. So we just need, all of us need to stop, take a deep breath and come at it better and talk to one another like we're civil human beings and not like animals coming out of, what's that wrestling match, the cage match? What is it? What's that one called? What is that one?
WWF.
Royal Rumble.
Yeah, the WWF. Yeah, we don't need to be doing all that. We just need to be decent with one another and understand that we all are struggling and, but I just think, like I said, with women, we've already been behind that and it's still existing today.
Yeah, like I was saying, I wasn't really speaking on a religion base because, a lot of things with these religions I don't agree with at all. You know, a lot of people
Exactly.
that walk based on a book, they have an issue to begin with. No,
Right.
and like you said, I was just saying, like, we all have to be open-minded, and like I can't speak for women, you know, especially women that came before me. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I don't never hear my sisters or my mother or my father talking down on women, I mean men, to degrade them, even if they might have speak on men based on their issues and certain way they carry themselves. Yes, and I
Mm-hmm.
agree with them when they are not, when they are right, you know. So in
Mm-hmm.
saying that, I just feel like I want women to do the same. I'm not talking to you, but
No, I know you
you
weren't.
know,
I know you weren't.
yeah, yeah, because a
I,
lot of, like I said, a lot of people like you, they don't exist off every often, you know. They're not often. A lot of women don't think the way you do. They don't look at things based on information and facts, you know. A lot of them be in their emotions, and I
But you know what?
understand why,
You know
but
what?
I just like
Uh,
yeah.
everybody to speak based off the situation and not gender, you know. All the time
Yeah.
we have to look at the
but
big
you know what,
picture.
bro? A lot of us men do that same exact thing, though. That's the problem. And we,
Yeah.
like, when we
That's my
hear
point
a
right there.
woman
That's my
speak,
point.
yeah, yeah,
And and
and
the,
when we hear, oh, go ahead, sister, go ahead.
no, I was gonna say, and the thing is too is that we um I lost my train of thought. Go ahead, B Ben, it'll come back.
Now,
Go ahead.
what I was going to say, I noticed this thing, like, and you're right, though, it is both of us, as men and women, that do this. But as a brother, I find it like that a lot of us know how to, we have an idea and a concept of how to be fair to other brothers, you know, already built into us. But when it comes to women, that's where we're struggling, because one sign of that is, like, if a woman all of a sudden comes up and says something that you don't understand, a lot of times we don't, men, a good man, a healthy man is going to take a second to think about it. Maybe if he doesn't even understand fully, but he will just think about it for a little while, you know. But a man who is more misogynistic, if you want to call it that, he's going to dismiss it and never actually think about it at all. It's just a pattern, a habit. He
Yeah,
won't get to
Yeah.
that point where he's really can think about it for a minute. And
like
I've noticed that.
like
Yeah,
IS
go ahead, go ahead.
like ISUPK character, you know. Before you tell them about a women speaking, they just shut you down. No, no, the Bible said. Oh no, you know what I'm saying? So that's the same
Mhm.
thing I'm saying. A lot of these men, they walk based off on doctrine, not based off morality or compassion, or you know what I'm saying? Like, even in the ancient time, like when they say the woman was always next to the man's side, or the woman would pick the man as the right leader. That's just showing you how comfortable men was in their own skin, you know. So
Mhm.
I don't see nothing wrong with a woman taking charge when she's right, or she have some kind of justice based on what she's saying. That's the issue with both genders, you know.
Mhm. Mhm. Yeah, and that's so true. So they have this survey that they did. They said, there are more Black people in America who believe in God than there are of any other race of people in this country. And I'm telling you, this patriarchy thing is a big thing here, because if you can't get past the religion, which a lot of people don't want to do, because it provides them in their mind a sense of comfort, and you know that they've accomplished something because, hey, I did what Jesus said, and so forth and so on. And so that's part of the problem that we're going to continue to have until we come to this understanding that we don't, it's not outside of us that we get this help from. If I don't do the work, it's not going to get done, right? And so we're still back at this, the quagmire of how we need to communicate to each other to be more effective, to have a better outcome. I'm coming up on being married for 41 years, and I'm telling you, in the very beginning, when I first got married, I brought a whole bunch of stuff home from my mom and daddy house to over here. I'm telling you, where few times my husband was ready to walk out the door. And I had to do. It took me a while, but I had to go in there and do the work, because I heard him. I finally heard what he was saying, and at first I didn't care, because I was like, I'm gonna get him before he gets me. But he's not that kind. He wasn't that kind of guy, and so I could call him all kind of, whatever. he would not reply in kind. He just wouldn't do it. And then the one time it did happen, I thought you would have thought that somebody beat me up and down the street, back and forth, up and down, side to side. I can't believe it. And I'm like, girl, if you don't shut your little stupid mouth up after all the times you don't call him all kinds of whatever. And that's when I said, okay, enough is enough. I can't keep doing that. So I had to jump in my bag, clean it up, and present myself in a different manner, because all I knew was how I grew up, and I couldn't keep using that as an excuse to keep being the way that I am. We have to do that hard work, and it is hard work, let me tell you. When I turned 30, I had an attitude with men for 2 years, two solid 2 years. Even though I had a husband and 2 sons, 2 whole years, I had an attitude with men. I mean, I was like, don't speak, don't look, don't talk, don't. And then men would be nice. I'm like, damn, I can't do that, and somebody else would be, So I had to get all that had to come out, all that just ridiculousness on not understanding how important it is to relate to one another. So I get what you're saying, but we have to be willing to do that hard work. And a lot of us don't want to do that because we want to blame the devil and we want to blame God. We don't want to point the finger this way. We want to blame the devil and blame God if things don't work out right. So
yeah, it's a mental crutch.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a mental crutch. Sadly enough, it's just a way that we just abandon responsibility and really having to try to change. That's the thing, and work on ourselves, like you said. It's sad, and it's so sad actually. And I wish it is everybody's responsibility to do that. You can't be happy, or you can't have a fulfilling life if you don't learn to do those things, because there's some things you can change if you work on them, and then but I don't like to say there's things you can't change, but if you don't see the things that you can change yourself, you won't even do those things,
Right.
And that's the sad part about it. You can't even have just a basic form of happiness, which is out there for everybody to have,
Yeah. And that's what plays into all this pedophilia and all this other kind of stuff. That's all, when you're not good with yourself, then, and look, I understand that some things get done to people, but that doesn't mean that the people who get it done to all the time go out there and do the same thing back to somebody else, right? Because they know how hurtful it was to them. And so they start doing that hard work. I mean, it may take them a lifetime to get over. And I get all that. And I'm not telling people hurry up and do whatever, because like I said, it took me 15 years just to figure that out. It took me 15.
And if a guy
I'm just saying.
hurts you, if a guy hurts you, or if you're a guy like myself and a woman hurts you, or 2 women hurt you back to back, you still can't go out there and try to put that on all women, because then all you're doing is just like, you won't succeed that way, because all women are not like that. And we got to get better at looking past gender and just looking at persons for who they are.
I'm about to say the
people
same
are
thing.
developed.
Or it's a vice versa thing, because to be honest, I don't had a lot of experience, and when I was younger, I was a good boy. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I was with somebody, I loved them just because that's who I'm talking to. But I had to learn the hard way too. You know what I mean? Like, some people, it make them the worst of the worst. You know what I'm saying? But even when I found out that that's what it is, it had a time in my life I was like, okay, I'm not giving them my all. You know what I'm saying? I'm just gonna take it for what it is. And some of them had the more man attitude than me. Like, they used me, and I never cried about it. Like, okay, that's what all you wanted me for? Cool. You know what I'm saying? Because I already learned my lesson, but the older I get, I always wanted more, so it would always have a couple of them that come along and make me feel like, okay, this one is different, this one is serious. She's asking me for this, that. Let me open up a little bit, and then regardless of time, it still didn't work out, and sometimes it wasn't even my fault. But I understand her situation. I understand where she was coming from, and I didn't hate her for it. You know what I'm saying? Even years after we was talking, so And then it have those that, they make you feel, they even cry for you, and they tell you they want this and they want that. And you like, you know what, okay, let me open up to her for real, And
Mm-hmm.
then when they realize how good of a person you are and this and that, they can't commit. They can't do the same.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, so everybody have their different experience. So when I speak on these topics, I don't never choose no size or none. It's like
Right.
Bennett says, it's all about your character,
Mm-hmm.
And some people are joyful liars. Let me put it that way. They get a kick out of it. No,
That's a
for
good
real.
way of
But
saying it. That's a good way of saying it. Yeah.
yeah, what else can I say? Because sometimes
But
they
it
have
is.
no reason to lie, and they still do. But yeah, in
But you know
saying
what?
that, like, go ahead.
And a lot of people have been hurt in society, and a lot of people do learn these coping mechanisms, which is to cover up, fake, hide part of themselves. But the problem is that no one should have to do that because it doesn't allow you to achieve your goals. That's the thing about it. I mean, the more you can protect yourself, and you have to protect yourself, but you won't progress if you don't experience more than just that. Everybody has to experience positive relationships. That's part of your growth. And
Mm-hmm.
when we don't do that, that holds us back in another way. So it's just but a lot of people are out here hurt, a lot of and hurt in a lot of different ways. So I wouldn't say it's easy, but I would say that it's worthy to to keep in mind that there is somebody out there for you, in the
Yep.
world. You just might have to go about finding them in different ways, not the same ways. If one way is not working, then change it up. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
so when was the last time you've been to a museum? When was the last time you didn't look and you just lived and stumbled across something? Sometimes we find what we're looking for, but it's because we're looking wrong.
Mm-hmm.
And so it is going back to that personal work, of development. And you know I'm not a relationship uh giver in terms of that, because I also have similar struggles, but I've gotten to the point where I'm smart enough to be nice to a woman, dig a woman, um, have relationships with a woman. But if I sense that there's something there that is going to become problematic, I'm also capable of backing off slowly too, and
Mm-hmm.
calmly, and just knowing that, wait a second, maybe this one I have to peep the red flags in a nice way, and just say, okay, maybe I need to just be to myself again a little bit and see what comes out of that. And a lot of
Mm-hmm.
times when you follow your own instincts, you're right. You know, the most
Yep.
important thing I think is don't be with not being with someone is just as important as finding the
It's,
right person.
yep.
And let me just ask Brother Jay here, because Stephen seems to say that he got kicked off the panel today. So do you want to tell us about that, brother?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah. That was one of the main reasons why I came
Ah,
over here.
What? What happened?
Speak your truth, my
Man,
boy.
listen, man. Sarnetta, boy. It's I don't know. It's real petty, but so they was on there. It was him and Judah Naz. They had a little show today or whatever, and I figured I'd jump on the panel and ask Judah Naz a question or whatnot, which it is. It's Sarnetta's platform. Okay, whatever. So I get on there and he brings me in, right? And then he tells the guy whoever was talking, say, hold on. He say, hey Jay Heru, you be over there with that clown, so I can't F with you. And he brought me on the panel just to do that, and then he kicked me off. I'm like, damn, okay, I can't even say nothing. But it's crazy. Of course, that it bothered me, because I'm like, now wait a minute. We done already had this discussion. Now you, Shaka, Young Heru, V Bennett, and anybody else who spoke on here, everybody had their own thoughts and opinions about Sarnetta. Now, I may not agree or disagree with everything that y'all have said, but if y'all recall, I don't say too much about Sarnetta, do I?
It's true.
The only
It's
person
true.
I really
It's
talked
true.
about was Mighty Hebrew.
True.
I ain't never really said anything about Sarnetta, so I'm like, okay, what makes you think it's like, I don't know, it's kind of, you're looking at the situation wrong. I guess because you see me over here and your name may be in the title, you feel like I'm talking about you. But I told him the last time, I said, I ain't saying nothing about you.
But hold on, Brother Jeheru, did he really say you can't serve two masters?
Huh? Yeah, he did. Yeah,
Oh my
he did.
goodness.
He said that. Yep. I
This guy
forgot
is
about that
tripping, man.
part. Yeah, he said that.
Yeah, it's crazy, bro. You see how these men got a man speaking to them, and why he didn't do it on his channel? JJ got this guy on his panel running the show. That's how
So
pathetic they are.
so we're gonna see if he's gonna do that with BJM. I mean, maybe he fell out with BJM, and maybe that's why BJM
Yeah,
came
and
here.
JJ was just on Shaka's show the other day.
Yeah, let's see if he does that with
Flight
JJ as
Doctor
well.
be on Shaka's show all the time, so he pick
Yeah.
and choose who he want to, like because he probably feel he don't benefit from you coming on his panel, so hey, it's just he
Right.
a clown, man.
That's
You know,
what it is.
I'm
And you
gonna
know
I'm
what
gonna look
else?
for that part, man. Yeah, well, feel
You
free,
know what
Jeheru.
else? What's strange is, and I put it in the chat. I don't know if you looked at it or not. I said, now, I'm sitting here thinking to myself, regardless of if I said anything about Sarnetta or not, right? The very two people that you got on your panel, as the show is live, Judah Naz and Les Vortex, you know how much they done drug Sarnetta name in the mud? You got these two dudes on the show, but you telling me I can't come on the show because you got a dispute with somebody else, but you got two people on your show that done did things a whole lot worse. I don't even know what you think I said or did, but it's like, I don't know, it's immature because I feel like at least if you're gonna try to criticize me about something, at least listen to what I said.
Yeah, he's just
Because
saying
you
you're
ain't heard
guilty
me.
by association.
Yeah,
Right.
but
That's it. That's exactly what he doing.
they get a pass because they're Hebrew Israelites, so they're messing with the young girls, and
Right.
we know about
Right.
Nikki Chanel. He hasn't denied it, so sometimes
Yep. That
they
was
give
one of
each
the
other a
things.
pass.
That was the only thing that I spoke about. That we was having that conversation and that came up. I said, I don't know whether he did it or not. I said, but the fact that you didn't, say that you didn't do it or you didn't speak out, and claim basically saying that you didn't do it, you didn't defend yourself. You know what I mean? Like you just kind of brushed it off. I did speak on that. That ain't the way you handle. You don't just brush that off. You defend yourself. No, I ain't did this. She lying. Stuff like that. Now, yeah, I did say that, and I can tell him that. But I'm like, this is side crazy, man.
Yeah, I'm looking for that part. I'm wondering, like,
That
it
just
doesn't
to
look
show
as if.
you.
Go ahead,
Sorry,
man.
Shaka.
No, it's
That
okay.
just
Go
to
ahead.
show you how these people letting this YouTube thing go to their head, bro. You
Right,
got this
right.
guy talking about you can't, you know what I mean? And that's that same doctrine, biblical nonsense. You know what I mean? Boy, you can't serve two masters. Boy, like I told you, he didn't even want me to say anything because they know that's why they do what they do. They cut
Yeah,
you off, they block you, and then they gonna say A, B, and C because they feel like they have some kind of big platform. Well, Sanetta, we gonna go on other people's platform and tell them what's really going on, because that's the thing, man. Like these guys have no standards to have
yeah.
this so-called guy with a track record that's disgusting, a former dopehead,
And
a
he's too old for
convict,
that.
He
Yeah,
yeah,
he's
really, he
just he's
grandpa,
really
too old
is.
for that.
it's
I was like,
pathetic.
stop it. You're almost 60. Stop acting like a. I mean, this sounds like Mean Girls, right?
Man,
I mean,
that's
it's just like,
crazy. I'm like,
stop
what?
it.
I'm figuring,
Oh
but
God.
I know he got a thing against Shaka, right? You know what I'm saying? But I'm figuring, okay, me and him had a discussion, a little brief discussion about this the last time I was on the show, right? And I told him what it was. I said, I ain't said nothing about you. I said I was talking about Mighty Hebrew, and I left it at that. I don't know if he watched, what I said or not, but I'm figuring, okay, that's done with. You know what I mean? So now I get back on and it's the same. I'm like, oh damn, okay, you still sour about that just because I'm on somebody else's show? But you got people who done worse on your show right now. Lex Vortex and Judah Net. Oh man, you go to their
But the,
channel and look at stuff what they didn't, how they didn't did Sonetta, and he still let them come back on. Oh, man.
but the last you checked, you's a grown ass man, and you don't need another man trying to tell you what to do. Last you checked.
Exactly. And see,
Mhm.
like you said with this YouTube thing, people can do that. Like I said, he let me on the show, like you can see me on the screen, but he said what he had to say, and then he kicked me out, so I didn't even get a chance to really speak. Because I had a feeling, okay, if I'm going on there, he might try to bring this up again. And my whole mindset was, look, I was gonna tell him, man, listen, we already discussed that. I'm not going back over that. You know what I'm saying? Because I can, just like you said, I can go anywhere I want to go. But it's
He's
funny
just so
that
ridiculous.
you have people on your show who have talked down on you to spread all these different things about you. You have these people on your show. Like everything cool. I mean,
Yep.
literally,
He
like,
called he called Reggie a
take
B word, and Reggie
Sure did.
still on the show.
And Trackfield, both of them say both of your bitch. I mean, he did not even use it once only, you know.
Mm.
But
Look how
hold on,
look how
Jeheru,
contradicting this guy is. You talking about people saying this and that when it come out his own mouth, right? But his
Right.
so-called friend Unc still got a channel on his platform, and he's telling the whole world on another woman platform that this guy is a Charlton promoter. Like,
He
what more
said,
do you
but
want?
he even said that since he's been on Sonetta's channel that he's on now. He said that on the channel.
And
Imagine that. But he want to be mad at somebody.
and the sad part, Shaka, they think you're a newcomer. That's the sad part. They don't even want to acknowledge that you've been out there for a minute, right? You didn't just come. They just learning about you. You've been out there doing this for a minute. I haven't been around as long as you've been around, but I mean, how are they
but
gonna say, oh, he's a newbie? He's a newbie. No, you're not
but
no newbie. You're just new to them.
it's okay, sister, because they feel some type of way. They think I'm a neophyte. So when they come and have discussion with me, then we hear the funny things that we heard earlier. I mean, the guy is okay with gambling. You know what I'm saying? He said he's okay with going against the Bible with people like me. You know what I'm saying? He's going to talk about, El is African. And then he actually, the greatest thing that I heard a Hebrew, well, he's a Christian, but an Abrahamic person say is that, he stated that indeed the Ugaritic text, that's like the origin of what the Canaanites used to have as writing. So I'm like, hey, I'm fine with that. But, they're just basically finding out the hard way. But I've been going. I mean, you can edit the videos. You can edit the streams, and because I was looking for the part where Jeheru is put on the panel. But do you remember if it was the beginning, the middle, or the end, Jeheru?
So do you know Lex Vortex?
Yeah, I've seen him. Yeah, that's when he was. That's when he was on.
Yeah, I was on like around that time when he was on, because he wasn't on that long.
Yeah, so it was very brief. So I'm going to look again, because if you put you on the panel, then I should see you. So Lex Vortex was a bit around the beginning. Now, seen him appear. Oh, no, that's not him. That's just JJ. And then Lex Vortex. I see Chris. Jabari was there also. I would love to hear that, man. That guy is tripping, man. You can't serve two masters. What you talking about, man?
What's that mean anyway? Like, what does that mean? I don't really know what that means. What does he mean by that?
Oh, I found the power. So you're saying you were before Lex Vortex or while Lex Vortex was on?
I think I came in while he was on.
Okay, so here. That's the one there. I don't have the sound yet, but we're gonna see. You see that's Lex Vortex. So I'm moving forward like by 5 seconds increments.
Yeah, it'll pop up.
And
yeah, it's a little bit past that. I remember that part.
okay. So Lex Vortex is on. Maybe 5 seconds. Okay. Yeah. Let's see. Oh, there
There
it
you
is.
go.
Okay, let's listen to
That's
this.
it.
Let's listen to. Let me put the sound now.
Hold on for 1 minute.
Yeah.
Yo, peace, Jay. Jay, I'm sorry, brother, but I can't fuck with you. You fuck with that clown. You be over there with that clown. So, you can't serve two masters, bro. Peace.
Oh man.
Yo.
All right. So,
Such a lame.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
crowd.
you can't be in the crowd. You can't be with us, JJ. You know.
This guy crazy. Ain't that something? Ain't that something?
You ain't in the
I
club no
I
more.
don't understand it. Like you say, just like Shaka say, I'm agreeing with Shaka with the whole Hebrew thing because I mean, when you talk about JJ 7000 and Apostle and man, they talk man crap about Sonetta and he let them on the show, and get all
But
the time they want.
you know what? I don't agree with Black Jesus. I mean, I'm interested in some of his ideas and hearing his ideas. Although I heard a lot of things that I don't think make any sense. But also JJ, I don't agree with anything JJ say. But I tell you what, I would never say that they can't come over here because they be on Sonetta's panel. I would
Right.
never say that because that's insulting to the whole concept, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like I just don't get that one, man. But that's Sonetta
I
for you.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
feel
It's
like this, um I mean
Man, go ahead. All
yeah.
you like I was
I,
about to say, all you could do is laugh at these guys, man. You know what I
yeah.
mean? Like these guys got some real issue, and all the people that stand by and listen to the nonsense, they even got bigger issues. I never knew a dopehead was a master, but he could have that title on YouTube if that's what he call it. I mean, like I tell you, bro, it's not even funny no more. Like this guy think he could say these kind of things and think that it's okay, but like I said, everybody have their platform to say what they want, and whoever listen to this nonsense is idiots, man, period.
but but
And JJ is not even allowed to speak on this guy's show, but he has this guy coming over on his planet and being the boss. Like it makes no sense, man. Like Jay Haruso, these guys disrespect each other every time, call
Hmm.
each other the worst of the worst. Even JJ call him child molester protector. Not too long ago, he had a show about him, like two
See
days
that?
ago. Yeah, imagine that.
but
Hypocrites, man.
you know what's funny? A mighty Hebrew was convicted for rape. He's welcome on that platform. But because Jeheru came on my Alpha channel, then he's not welcome there. I mean, that's
Right.
just crazy. ISUPK, the Zayak said out of his own mouth that he supported the rapper King Ty, even though he was convicted, he was found guilty for child molestation. You know what I'm saying?
And yep,
You know what I'm
and
saying? I mean, the dude
he
said
threw
an
Sonetta
MLK.
under the bus for whack, but he's on the panel.
Yes. So you can be a convicted rapist and you'll be welcome on Sacheda's platform. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? This guy looks so bad, man. And but it's all good, It's all good. We'll see later on. But indeed, JJ 7000 was there. The fight doctor was there.
Hmm.
We even have one of our moderator. Now hold on.
Yes, it's
I'm gonna
Freeman
play the
over
whole
here.
thing, but there it is. Let's listen up.
okay, Sister Sacred Infinite, feel free to speak, sister.
Peace and blessings to you, Shaka, and peace and blessings to everyone on the panel and everyone in the chat. I just wanted to give my take on things as far as the gossip in the conscious community. What I want to say, Shaka, is it seems as if, when you shed light onto people's dirty, devilish things that you do, it seems like nobody wants to deal with it. I feel like these things, people should be put in the hot seat. We should be dealing with it as a conscious community, correcting it and say that we don't approve of it instead of terming it gossip or, oh, that's old news. How can anything ever be old news when people are constantly being introduced to the conscious community? Everyone didn't arrive at the same time, and not only is it some of the stuff isn't old, some of this stuff is actually happening right now, and it is a conversation, even if it's tough, that needs to be had.
All right.
There it is. I mean, this guy is just
So
stepping big time.
she's a moderator on Senator channel.
Well, she
Yeah,
was at the time. I don't know
I
about
ain't seen her
today
lately.
because yeah, I've used that clip as
Yeah,
as
I
one
was
of my
saying the
intro.
same thing. I don't see her hair neither.
And maybe he told her, "Hey, sister, I can't f with you." You know what I'm saying? You've been on my clowns channel, you know. But he looks so bad, you know. So I don't know if you're listening right now, Scam Cheddar, but you know, for you to have a convicted rapist on your panel, and you have you forgotten? Maybe you have memory loss issue. Just let me remind you, Scam Cheddar, what you said about that convicted rapist that you have invited in your house a few times. By the way, this is what you said about him.
Let's not forget the mighty Hebrew nigga who you get constantly on your channel, who's on all the Hebrews channel. Don't forget the mighty Hebrew, the baldhead nigga, been already incarcerated in prison for molesting a young child. He came home and they violated him again because the nigga was trying to fuck with another child.
The bald-headed brother. You giving description, man, going all the way. Oh man. So
And you
that
know what?
guy, he's
Go
welcome on
ahead.
that panel. Go ahead, Jeheru.
You know what's the sad thing about that? See, he tried to clean it up. Oh, we fell out. Brothers fall out, this, that, and the other. But once you say that, you can't take it back.
I mean, it's true. I mean, you can fall out, but you don't accuse somebody of being a child molester because you fall out. You
Exactly.
know, the guy went to jail for that. That's what he was. That's what he was. And what's interesting, once again, um, Mighty Hebrew left a comment. We went through it. Both you, Jeheru, and we been showed, according to
Hmm.
Pennsylvania law, the category C rape, that's for a child below 13 years old. So how old was the girl when he committed the crime? You know, we have the some dates about the charges, you know, maybe about the arrest, but I'm not even sure we have about the arrest. I think we have about the charges, you know, when the court thing was going on. But how old was the girl when the act was committed? You know what I'm saying? But I don't think he's
Right.
gonna come and give an answer to that. But maybe eventually somebody might have more paperwork, you know. So it's just very, very serious right there, you know. You know, Scam Cheddar, you be looking bad, and Reggie, you'll be looking bad as well, and Onk, you'll be looking bad as well. Just for the record. Now, Trackfield, he's been
Yeah.
a punk. He's been a punk from the start, so he never looked good, you know. So go ahead, young Hero.
Hey, track field, you got that. What is it? Don't move it too fast. Slow it down.
Slow it down if you want to
Uh,
last.
unzip it. Yeah,
Zip it down. Put down your pants. Oh man.
zip it down, boy. Yeah. What the? What is that? What?
Mm. Mm-mm-mm.
You know what the
I
worst
mean,
part about it is? These guys on YouTube every day. You know what I'm saying? Tell them go get a damn job, man.
Well,
Every
Yeah.
day these guys having the same topic over and over and over again. So whoever want to listen to the nonsense 1,000 times, where there is no outcome, there is no conclusion, there is no truth or facts. Everybody in their belief because that's what a myth is. So it's just saying like we should have 500,000 listening to us right now. You know why? Because we talking about reality. We talking about little kids getting raped. We talking about black men taking accountability for what they doing and black women. So the healing could start. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, all those people that's over there, they stuck on stupid. They stuck on biblical narrative. They don't want to deal with reality. Your grandmama, your great grandmama, your great great grandmama was waiting for the same so-called God. And guess what? They wasn't having no debates and fighting and running around cursing about it neither. It was more a genuine thing because they feel like the book make them walk upright. None of these guys are not walking upright. If anything, they chose in the worst parts of the Bible, like molesting children. You know what I'm saying? So that just to show you how people don't have no kind of knowledge or common sense, man, because anybody that's living based off reality and experience, they would want to hear the real issues. not something about a book that people write 1,000 years ago and people have disputes and debates about it for hundreds of years. Like, so all that conscious community is more like dumbest community, period.
Yeah, it's a house of conscious mess, house of pedals, house of clowns. And if somebody knows Minister Enki, tell him I want to speak to him. He cannot just come. He said he's a pedophile, and he was talking about sign nature. So you can't be coming to the community and say that and then disappear. I've heard some people say that he's been cool with Sa lately. I haven't seen that from my own eyes, but I'm curious. I mean, like you can't accuse a man of being a pedophile just because you mad at the dude. I mean, this is something unheard of to me. You know what I'm saying? So, Mr. Enki, I would love to speak to you. You know what I'm saying? We can do this in Haitian Creole if you want. Le café en créole là ici, hein, si vous voulez. Si vous parler anglais, mais venez n'a parler créole. So feel free. Oh man, Sai is just so funny. For those who haven't seen it, you know what I'm saying? This is another clip from Sai being paranoid.
Or you could say AD. Today, historians use the term CE.
Okay.
What you mean when you
say so you do know the scriptures had already been written.
Brother,
hey, hold on for 1 minute. Apostle. Was you talking about me the other day on Frenchie channel, talking crazy about me?
Frenchie? Who's Frenchie?
The nigga from France.
Who is that?
I don't know. I'm just asking.
No, yeah. I don't know nobody from France channel.
In there saying you was talking crazy.
What are you talking about?
Nothing. Just let it go. Never mind. You didn't do it. All right, go ahead, Jabari.
So what I'm trying to explain to you.
So Scott, were you talking crazy about me? And now you just have to appear. You don't even have to talk crazy about him. You just
how you gonna mention something, and then when the person asks you who you talking about, you say, I don't know. You like, bruh, that just to show you how these people stupid.
Well, I'm gonna start interrupting people like that just to ask them that question. Yo, that's gonna be my new thing.
That's so funny, man. You see, Stephen P. wrote, he didn't disappear, bro. He was on Sar's show recently. He merely be on Lions Den debating. Man, Yankee for real. What's going on now? So that's lies, man. You're gonna call the pedo and that's it. I mean, that's crazy. Jay Heru didn't call him a pedo. Oh man. But brothers, feel free to add on, and then I'm gonna make my closing remarks. That's so funny, man. That is just crazy, man. I can't F with you because you've been on that clown channel. Man, please.
Yo, that is definitely that's I don't know, man. He just make his own channel look silly by saying something like that. Not that he doesn't all the time, but it just shows you he kind of has a real childish way of looking at things.
Yeah.
That wasn't I guess he think he hurt Heru somehow by saying that,
Yeah, because they think that don't benefit J Heru none coming on your panel. J Heru, do you get paid? Oh, he gone, J Heru gone.
Yeah,
but I'm pretty sure J Heru don't get paid for coming on your panel. So that's just to show you how these people let this stupid YouTube thing go to their head. It got black people, men that don't even know each other, but they beefing over YouTube and who have more views and who started this and who does that. I'm saying, like, it's ridiculous. All because, and it's YouTube fault because they paying them. That's where all this start. When YouTube start paying people, now all of a sudden everybody and their mama on YouTube. It got women. I don't know what kind of man would stand next to a woman like that, but it have women that acting like they trying to sell some clothes or trying to promote something. But at the end of the day, they're just exposing all their body parts.
Yeah.
That's the only reason people looking.
HAUL. Yeah, they know what they're doing.
And when they get views, guess what happens? They get paid. So no, they selling their ass, even if they're not prostituting, the internet prostituting.
And they know which thumbnail to use to attract the viewers.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I'm saying? And so it just to show you that's all that's going on, bro. It's all about money. Like, I don't know if I told you the other day, I think it was on Onk and them were having this. It had this guy I think he from Trinidad. He's from the island somewhere. But you know when somebody always want to be in the mix,
Mhm.
like he's an outsider, and he always, I want to say something now. Can I say something now? So he's a guy that he think he right. He always right. But Sanetta pressed him the other day and told him, "You got your ticket yet?" Because he was telling them, if y'all don't get your ticket, y'all can't be on my panel.
Mm.
You see what I'm saying? So he just show you that these men are not even men, bro. No man can talk to me like that. If you do that to me, well, nigga, I ain't on your panel then. That's how it go. They don't even understand. They're the one that make Sanetta. Without them, there is no Sanetta. Like, get it through your
Exactly.
stupid head. Y'all the teachers, y'all the biblical narrative, the majority of the world stuck on stupid, so they want to see stupidness. So if people looking, that's what's going on there. The guy gonna tell him, yeah, I'm gonna go get my ticket. I'm gonna go get my ticket for this one for sure. So that means he wasn't. So that's why I tell you, every day this guy's on YouTube trying to sell a ticket because he's desperate now.
But he makes a living out of what he does, you see. So for him, it's different than the others. And the others, they are here mainly for the cloud, for the exposure, Now some ICP or some Hebrews are like, they have women working, like, doing all the work, they're getting all that money. So, that's the way it is. But yeah, man, he's just amusing. But what's weird is, like, I've already played that convicted rapist is not only on the channel of Scam Cheddar, but also he invited him in his own house. So man, these guys, man, but from May 1st, man, with this trial, man, I'm sure so many revelations are going to be made. But indeed, he
Oh,
has
you know
nothing
what?
in it.
Maybe we should take bets. Maybe we should take some bets here. On that.
Nah,
Yeah.
I'm not doing that,
Let's.
Bennett. It's too serious.
It's too. Oh yeah, it's too serious. But all right. Well, let's just say, for the record, then I don't believe. I believe he's going to cop a plea. I believe he's going to cop a
I,
plea.
I think so as well. Or if he doesn't cap a plea after a few weeks, a few months, less than 3 or 6 months, he's gonna start singing, man. Then indeed he's gonna, make a deal, some sort,
If
But
he if he doesn't cop a plea, day one is going to be the worst nightmare of his life in prison. And I don't see him. I don't see him. I don't see him going to trial, because that, they tend to give you as much time as possible when you want to use the state's resources, especially when they know they have real evidence on you. I think for him, I see him as a coward. I think he's going to cop a plea, and I think he's just going to do it because he at the end of the day he wants to get out as fast as possible. I don't see him fighting it because that's going to piss off the judge, and when they see all the evidence, it just makes them like even more like when they see more of his face and more of his style, it's just going to elevate the anger, from the court, and I just think he's gonna be out. He's gonna cop a plea, man. I don't see him. I think he's a coward. At the end of the day, cowards don't go to trial. You know, yeah.
yeah, I think
So
it's going
he
to
keeps.
happen. He
I don't
alluded
think we're
that if
gonna
he
see
goes,
him May 1st.
probably, and he alluded to the fact that if he goes out, he's not going down by himself. You know what I'm saying? So those people, man.
Exactly.
Those next thing you know, if there's a deal that is struck, people are going to be like, hey, there's no more live stream on Scam Chatter's plan. What's going
I
on,
think
man?
he's gonna. Yeah, yeah, and I think he's gonna snitch. And I don't even think it's going to be about saving him time. I think it's just going to be out of, if I got to go to jail, so do some other people.
Yeah, like
I
like
think
uh,
that's
Rat,
what it's going to be.
like Rat Kashi, he's gonna snitch for the love. He's
I
gonna
think
snitch
so,
for the
man.
love, for the
Yeah,
novelty,
yeah, I
man.
think so. Yeah, 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 exactly. And because it is going to be horrible. I mean,
Yeah.
just think you have the whole internet. They have internet in jail, by the way, now, YouTube and stuff like that. People find out about these things real fast. And
Yeah,
when
they
they
have
get to
phones
watch you,
in jail.
yeah, they get to watch you talk about it. They know your whole history, man. So I think when he goes, if he does have the nerve to go to jail, well, he's going there. If he goes to jail, they're gonna be waiting for him on day one. On day one. So he has got to be interested in doing the thing that gets him the least amount of time.
Hmm.
And but people, Heru said he don't want to take bets. Yeah, yeah, I understand. It is
But,
serious.
but it's very similar to
It could be a
Bambata's
friendly bet
situation.
though.
Yeah, but it's very similar to Bambata's situation because Bambata, on the one hand, you have many males that everybody knew about the rumors. Fat Joe is from the Bronx, and Fat Joe was kind of saying that he never. Well, I think at one point he said he heard some rumors, but he focused on the fact that he didn't see anything. You know what I'm saying? Now with polite, if he's convicted, some people are going to say, "Oh, I never knew any." But Sanet is the last person who can say, "Oh, I didn't know." He exposed polite. You know what I'm saying? So it's going to be very very interesting. You know what I'm saying? And then
And Bambata didn't show up to court.
no, he didn't. So he may be convicted by default. But the main thing is that all these people act like, oh, that's gossiping, that's slander. We have the court summary. We have people testifying
See,
about the
that's what I
experience.
mean. If you don't go to the court and you don't go to the trial, there's less information. The moment you show up there, then everybody's got to start testifying. Whatever facts have to go on the table, even more information comes out. So I don't believe Bambata. And you think about this, Bambata. It's not just him being sued personally; it's his organization.
Yeah.
He knows that means he's totally scared. He would rather lose millions and millions of dollars by default judgment than to have any more information come on the table, on the record. And I think polite, he's got to be thinking the same thing. He's got to know the same thing. Yeah. But then again, some folks are crazy.
Yeah. Oh man. But anyway, brothers and sisters, I'm gonna let you make your closing remarks. We're gonna go clockwise. So first Young Hero, then V Bennett, then Andrew Bennett. Feel free, brother Young Hero, feel free to make your closing remarks.
Yeah, same old same, See y'all next time. Enjoy the conversation, Like I said, there's only so much you could do when it comes to these topics when it have a lot of people with position and power that don't want to talk about it. Or it have people that's involved with it some way or another, whether they know the people or they know the person, and they act like it's okay, or they try to sweep it under the rug like it's not their business. But if it was their cousin or their sister or their daughter, how would they feel? Would they let that same person get away with it, or would they be outraged? So at the end of the day, that's what it comes down to, man. Like, people don't care about people unless it's them. And then people like to talk about allegations and this and that. But when you have a number of people that saying the same thing, even some that don't want to show their face and they saying the same thing, it's hard to deny that. So like I said, man, it's a disappointment that black people still stuck on stupid. I'm gonna keep using that word because until they realize that they are not gonna change. And it has grown men that's supposed to be so-called leaders or whoever in the community, and they just showing you they are no different than the Pope that hide the pastor, the senator that hide the president. However you want to, the lawyer that hide for the judge, however you want to go around it. This is what society is, and everybody just pick up humanity bad habits. Anyway, see you guys next time.
Thank you, Young
All
Hero.
right, young
Maybe because instead of saying black people are stuck on stupid, maybe you can say the House of Conscious Mess or the HOKKK is stuck on stupid. But feel free. I land.
No.
V Bennett, feel free to make your closing remarks, brother.
Hey, Ruth, let me ask this question too. Has anybody seen Sonetta and them in the last 2 days talk about Hassan Campbell, Q-Tip, Busta Rhymes, LL Cool J, any of those allegations?
No.
Nope.
No.
If they
'Cause
if
I
they
don't watch
talking
them.
about it, it's behind closed doors.
See, I find that very,
all from New York.
very strange. Yeah, I find that
So they got
very
two.
strange.
They got stuff on
Huh?
them too.
Yeah, Hassan Campbell, like a few days ago, that was his last rant before his channel went down,
Wow.
pretty much. And he said Buster. Yeah, he mentioned LL Cool J, Ice-T, Q-Tip, and Busta Rhymes. And I just don't see how that's an avoidable conversation. Like, I just don't see it. And I'm just curious, like, to think, why would Sonetta and them not be talking about that? Why would anyone not be talking about everyone? The internet's in an uproar. Hassan Campbell was on his channel once. Why would he not be talking about that? I don't get it. I don't get it. I just find it strange. Another coincidence that just seems like noteworthy. You know, I just don't get it, but I know it has to be so. It just means I know what it is. It's obvious. They don't want to talk about rape and pedophilia. That's what it is.
That's simple.
I digress.
It's that simple. That's a taboo. That's a kryptonite, man. Thank you, brother. You've been at Sister Andrew. Feel free to make your closing remarks.
Yeah, I'm not going to say much. This has been fun today. Nice conversation. I enjoyed talking to you guys all the time. And, salute to you all. I just think all this stuff is coming out because of that hip hop. We stand behind survivors. I think that's why all these folks are talking now. And Shaka, you got a lot to do with that. So keep up the good work and y'all have a good rest of your evening or morning for you.
Thank you, sister.
Yeah, see you later, sister.
Like she said, there's a website, Hip Hop Stands With Survivors. I've shared the link many times. There was a protest going on, an upcoming protest. Today is 24th. 24th now in Europe, but in New York it is still 23rd. So in about 4 days, March 27, in New York. Go on the website, Hip Hop Stands With Survivors. You will have the info, and you can check out the report from Layla Wills. So Layla was just Leila space WILLS. That's a YouTube channel. All right. So thank you, all of you, for being there in the chat, for being there on the panel, for the comments. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's welcome, even if they disagree. But please, when you come here, if you decide to come, you just don't need to be condescending and call people names and saying that, you know what I'm saying? We don't need to do that, but I don't mind if people disagree, trust me. So stay safe, stay healthy. If I'm allowed to by the nature, I will definitely holler back at you. I don't argue, I state facts. If you're not part of the solution, you're part of the problem. Do I to do any hotel?
Now, for the record, for those who don't know, I'm giving middle nature classes. And here, that's the flyer. Okay? So, those who are interested, feel free to holler at me. If you're not interested, it's cool. But I recommend that everybody who has not yet seen the video, Kemet and Ma'at, Before Judaism, Christianity, and Islam, then watch it. It has about 300,000 views and really deserves to have a lot more.
I just want to let everyone know who's listening in now and who's going to listen to this stream in the future. I just had my first Meta Nature class by Brother Shaka today, and I've had other Meta Nature lessons by other teachers, and I can tell you right now, the brother is the best in the game. He is that was one of the best classes I've ever had, ever. So if you're interested in learning the Meta Nature, if you're interested in getting the basics of it, Brother Shaka is an awesome teacher. Get with him, and it's extremely affordable. This brother is giving us his time and his skills, and he's basically giving it away. I mean, I just consider it a donation. You know what I'm saying? So if anybody is interested in learning the meta nature, get with this brother right here. He's an awesome teacher. And I'll end with that.
Hotep Senu, Hena Senut. This is Julie, also known as Servant of Yah, and I'm currently taking the Medunetia classes with Brother Shaka, and it has been an amazing experience. Only 2 lessons so far, and I feel like I've been taking the classes for months, just with the how in depth he goes into the vocabulary words, the construction of the language, the grammar. It's been immeasurable, the experience. And one thing that comes across, hands down, is his extreme passion for teaching this to anyone who is willing to learn and has an interest in learning. So I highly suggest, if you are interested, even a minimal interest, that you subscribe to the classes with Brother Shaka. It's such a nominal amount for how much you get. I know, like, our last class was over 2.5 hours. It felt like 2 minutes, but because that's how, involved you are in what he's teaching and how he teaches and how compassionate he is about what he teaches. Also with sharing materials free of charge, no question, no doubt. It's just what he does. He doesn't have to, but he does. And so I just wanted to give a short testimonial about the class and the effectiveness of the class, and all of that is attested to how studied Brother Shaka is. So I highly recommend anyone with a minimal interest that you do sign up for the Medunetia class. Hotep.
Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, which is Ma'at Forever. Don't forget to watch the video entitled Kemet and Ma'at. Don't forget to share Kemet and Ma'at on my channel on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, or other social media that you use. Email, text messages, you name it. Those who wish to donate can do so on paypal.me/ma'atforever.